What's up, everyone? It's Lord Vaporsmith, and now it's time for another episode of Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. Last time we got tricked by Ganon, and he has now taken over. Look at that horrible ring around Death Mountain. Look at the horrible state of that building. Look, it's all ripped. It's all bashed to pieces. Look at that. The entire place has been burned and raised. Everyone here has all been killed and turned into redeads who can't think or talk or speak. They can hardly move. Like, the only thing they can do is scream at you and slowly walk around the marketplace. I mean, he has literally wrecked Hyrule. Royally wrecked Hyrule. Hyrule is now wrecked. Ganon, once he touched the Triforce, he literally filled Hyrule with evil. And now that he has filled Hyrule with evil, we have to go and decontaminate it. So Sheik said that we have to go to Kakariko Village. So we're going to be going to Kakariko Village on our journey to decontaminate the world of all this evil. And so, for the rest of the game, we are going to be trying to try to undo some of all this damage that Ganon has caused. Ganon has caused a huge amount of damage, and we are just trying to stop just some of the damage that Ganon has managed to cause by getting into the Temple of Time. Anyway, we're going to use this bean we planted as a little as childlike, and now we get a piece of heart. And now we are going to be going into the ground. Yes, the ground. And we'll be pulling this giant Stone of Doom. And now we're going to be talking to Dampy! Yes, Dampy! And we're going to have to run after Dampy. And Dampy is going to be throwing fireballs. Like huge fireballs directly into our face. And we're going to have to be dodging the fireballs and running through this underground maze under the graveyard. So we're going to have to be running after Dampy, and Dampy is quite fast, so this is actually quite challenging, and you have to get away, you have to avoid the dead ends and the other in the misguided pathways, and you have to avoid his fireballs. And you have to keep moving forward through the gates, and there is an achievement for getting this in well under a minute, but I'm not even going to be able to do that because I got hit by too many fireballs. And there's a more direct path here, but you really have to be avoiding hitting the fireballs because you really don't have a lot of time, and it's like in Mario Kart, the more you get hit, the more time you lose, see? We're only we're all the way to 1 minute and 7 seconds. So yes, that wasn't very good. But 1 minute and 7 seconds, as long as we get through the last gateway before it closes, we will be able to get the hookshot treasure from Dampy. Dampy now lives here because Dampy is dead. Now we are going to be getting a chest and opening it. We're gonna get a really amazing item. It's the hook shot! The hook shot is a really good item for hooking onto branches and trees. Yes, branches and trees. And it also can pull you to other objects. Now, in theory at least, the hook shot can actually, it would be impossible for a normal person to use it. It would rip them to shreds. But Link, for some reason, can do it. Anyway, we're going to go right A down, right A down. That's going to play the Song of Time. And we are going to be going on into the main area, which I've also had to silence the music for, of the windmill. Now, the windmill, not only do we get a heart piece from Dampy, which is the next one I'm going to be getting, we also get a heart piece on top of this slowly moving windmill. And it's pretty hard to line up, but once you do that, You get another heart piece! Well, it's not really hard, more time consuming than hard. Anyway, but time consuming is pretty bad. Anyway, we're going to be going up to this guy with the weird rotating horn. It's the Ocarina Kid's fault. Hey, guess what? We have an ocarina! Oh no! Oh no, 7 years ago, Mean Kid came here, played a strange song, messed up this windmill. You'll never forget this song. A down, up, A down, up. Oh, we're gonna destroy your windmill. We're gonna play the song. We're gonna play the song of storms. Oh no. Now that we've played that song, we're going to destroy his entire windmill. And maybe cause even more catastrophes. Yes! Catastrophes! Anyway. So, we're going to be getting out of this weird rotating windmill. And now, we are going to be going back to Dampy. Dampy! And we're going to be trying to go for the heart piece because I didn't get it the first time. Hoorah! Because I was a bit rusty. Rusty! This is another reason why I don't want we all get rusty at games sometime. Come on. Be real. Be real here. If you play enough different kinds of games, at one point you're going to ignore one of them and you're going to get rusty at it. So it's just a fact that at some point, if you're not like really trying to compete with the game, you're going to get rusty at it if you try to specialize in other games or you don't have enough time to do it. And there's so many games to play that it's inevitable that you're going to ignore one. And this was one of the games that I ended up ignoring because I ended up getting deeply into Street Fighter. Anyway, I'm going to be going and avoiding the fireballs. I also got deeply into Smash Bros. Too. And of course Mario Kart. Who can forget Mario Kart with the number of times I've beaten everyone at Mario Kart. See, this is how you're supposed to do it. You have to avoid these fireballs. As you can see here, you shave entire seconds off your time. As long as you don't bump into the stinking fireballs. The fireballs waste a lot of time. See, now we have a full 10 seconds to get there. And see, now we can probably, if we really, really hoof it, get it in just enough time, but we get a whole minute. But a minute or less is enough to get this heart piece. But it has to be precisely a minute or less, otherwise you don't get it. Anyway, we're going to go through here again. And we are going to be getting another heart piece before going off to the Forest Temple. The Forest Temple. Yes. What else is there to talk about? I learned that Sagat and Yoon are very good options in Street Fighter 4. I have not practiced enough Sagat. I did a lot of Ryu, but not a lot of Sagat. And Sagat is different than Ryu in his own way, and that's why you have to practice Sagat in particular. Because he has his own unique strengths and weaknesses. So does Yoon. In fact, Yoon is even more unique because he doesn't really use projectiles, and despite his lack of use of projectiles, he nearly took the entire tournament. Yes, that tournament, the SoCal tournament. He nearly took the entire thing. Anyway, remember that bean we planted for? Now we can use that bean and get another heart piece! Yeah! And next time on Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, after getting a hook shot and a bunch of heart pieces, we are going to go off probably the Forest Temple.